I totally get to tags in a reasonable amount of time. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always, guys, I am Andrew, and today I got another tag video for you. But before we get to that tag, make sure you are liking and subscribing, and hitting that bell notification, so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, so I got tagged in this back in July 20th, when my channel was like 3 or 4 months old. Miss Reads a Lot was very kind enough to give me a shout out and tag me in this wonderful tag, and I am just now getting to it. I am so sorry. It's a fantastic tag. Like, it actually made me think, like, as I'm running around my house trying to collect my answers. And it's a 9-question book tag. It is I believe It's All Relative book tag. As always, if you want to do this tag yourself, I will have all of the prompts or questions, whatever you want to call them, in the description down below, so that you can do it yourself. And I will be, of course, tagging a few friends at the end of the video. But let's get right on in with Mamma Mia, number 1. The prompt is Mamma Mia. Recommend a book with a mother character that is pivotal to the story. And I actually gotta put a little bit of a twist on this one. Specifically because this is a YA self-pub that I recently read and reviewed. I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards if you're interested. It's a very good book, but specifically the protagonist, Hannah Church, is a mother figure. She is 17 years old and her parents have passed away. And so she is basically like trying to get through high school, graduate, so that she can get guardianship of her little sister, M. And for that reason, she just embodies a lot of these great motherly instincts. And honestly, a lot of these books in this tag could have fit multiple prompts because, all of them just fit multiple, they're really dynamic books. And for that reason, I could have used this one for another one later in the tag, but I went to go with the motherly figure because that's part of the reason why I ended up loving the book so much is because Hannah is a very, very, very responsible teenager because she has gone through so much. So for that reason, we're going to go The Dark Trials. Alright, so number 2. Papa don't preach. Oh, sorry. We're not singing here. We're doing questions. A book with a father character you like or despise. I chose to go with the like. And specifically, I'm going to do Chris from Voice of War. Basically, Chris is like this new father. And once he becomes a father, nothing else matters. It's all about his family. He will do anything to protect his family. I mean, look at him right there on the cover. If you come for his family, he's got, his eyes are glowing, he'd go mess you up. And, this even continues into Stones of Light, where he goes above and beyond just trying to do what's best for his family and do whatever he can to protect them. And for that reason, I love Chris. Chris is awesome, and frankly, these books are awesome. Zach Argyle has written some fantastic books with some great, great characters. Let's not drop the books on the floor. All right, moving along to number 3, Brothers and Sisters. A book with an interesting sibling relationship. And so I could have used literally 3 books in this tag, but I didn't want to reuse anything. So I'm going to go with the Dragonlance Chronicles. Specifically, this is a bind-up of all 3 books. But I'm going to do Raceland and Cameron. Sorry, for some reason I forgot how to pronounce Cameron's name. I want to say Cameron, but it's Cameron. Majir. Basically, Cameron, I'm just going to keep saying it wrong. I'm just going to say Cameron for expediency's sake. But basically, he's this big, bulky, barbarian warrior, while Raceland is just this kind of weak, feeble, and sickly, powerful mage. And they just have this really weird dynamic where it's not a healthy relationship, but at the same time, they make it work and they're always there for each other when at least it most matters. But I want to preface, it's not a healthy relationship because Raceland is not a good person. So, yeah, that's the relationship that I'm going to choose right there. Okay, so number 4. It's been 84 years! A book that is multi-generational or chronicles a character's whole life. And this is one I just finished today. And that's going to be Stephen King's It. The characters, the book takes place over 27 to 28 years. So literally, we start with these characters when they are kids, and we end up when they are in their late 30s, I believe. Late 30s? Yeah, I'm going to go with late 30s because it's 27 years after. However, the entire breadth of the story is very, very vast because I don't want to get into the whole lore of the book, but I mean, this spans hundreds of years for the whole breadth of the story. For that reason, I think it's very multi-generational. And also, it spans some characters' entire lives, whether they be long or short. If you know, you know. All right, you complete me! You complete me. A book with an interesting marriage as a central element to the story. And for that one, this one immediately popped into my head. That's Ciri and Sisebron. Where basically, Ciri is part of this kingdom that has been basically a bride gift to, hey, don't attack us! And so she's, kind of gifted to this god emperor who she's not allowed to speak to and she's not allowed to look at. And then they kind of develop this, the mystery unravels and they develop this relationship. And by the end of the story, it all makes sense. And I hear Sanderson's possibly going to be revisiting this world in Warbreaker with, sequels and stuff like that. I just got Arcanum Unbounded. I don't know if there's anything set within that world. But there are some loose threads that I would like to have answered here. But for a good core central, basically this thing revolves around the two kingdoms trying to postpone war through marriage. So yeah. Let's see. Picture it! Sicily! A book with an interesting elder character. That's i.e. a grandparent or a great-grandparent, etc. For this one, I'm going to go Realm of the Utterlings. Specifically, it's either Chade or Shade, depending on how you pronounce his name. And here he is a master assassin. He's a very, very interesting character. I really love him within the scope of the Farseer trilogy. As Fitz grows, that relationship and their dynamic shifts a little bit, and you get to see Shade through new eyes. But within the Farseer trilogy, he is this kind of very interesting, very mysterious character that you don't know a whole lot about. But at the same time, he intrigued me while I was reading this. And Shade is just an awesome, awesome character within this trilogy. All right. Friends with benefits. Ew. Let's see. A book with found family or friends as family element. Why would you call it friends with benefits? That's no. But I mean, I'm always going to go, one of my favorite found families is the Ember Blade. I have suggested this to a lot of my friends, and so far, almost everybody I've suggested this to who's read it has loved it. And yeah, guys, Ember Blade, great found family, very, very modern classic. I don't really want to spoil a whole lot. It's a thick book, but it's worth it. I mean, especially in small, digestible chunks, you will never get tired, you will never get bored, and you will get to experience a great story. Pick it up! Alright, so, now that we've done number 7, Friends with Benefits, which is, we've established a very poorly named prompt. Let's go number 8. I think we're alone now. Now that I'm done singing, because that was terrible. I should stop singing. Do you want me to stop singing on this channel? Let me know in the comments down below. I obviously can't sing, but I think you get a kind of a kick out of it. I don't know. Some people think it's funny, others don't. A book with a character who was lost, left behind, or abandoned. Can also be a story with an orphaned or adopted character. And I'm going to go with basically the whole Cradle series. Lyndon very much leaves his home and gets adopted into a greater family and basically comes home. It's the whole breadth of Lyndon's character kind of just fits this prompt. I don't want to spoil a whole lot of it because even if I talk generalities, I could potentially spoil something about Cradle, and I want everybody to read Cradle, mainly because I'm getting ready to read the 10th book and I'm excited. All right, for our final prompt, The Fur Baby. And a book with a pet or animal that is part of the family and plays an important role in the book. I'm going to keep hammering this home. Guys, it's going to be Storm from Faithful and the Fallen. I love Faithful and the Fallen. Storm is an amazing character. She is this big old wolf, and you should read it and have a good old time. If you want some epic battles, some great friends, some great found family, like I said, multiples of these books could have fit many, many prompts. That's it, guys. That is all 9 prompts. That is the end of the tag, except for all that's left is to tag some friends. So starting off, I'm going to be tagging Ellen Owada. She is this just gorgeous channel. I love watching her content. She just does these great, great tiny book reviews, and she's got a lot of passion for books, and for that reason, I want to tag Ellen. I'm also going to tag Ian the Reader. He is fantastic, very new channel. He has recently moved from Lurker to Booktuber, like many of us have done before, and you should definitely be checking his channel out as well. And then the final person that I'm going to tag is going to be my good buddy Nico from Nico's Book Reviews. You should always be checking out Nico's stuff. He is my BookTube brother, and I highly, highly recommend you check out his stuff. That said, guys, that is the end of the tag. So as always, make sure you are checking the description for the link to the Wizzly Duo Discord. We would love to have you. Or if you want to support the channel on a more regular basis, you can go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. Your support is always appreciated. And as always, guys, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons.